The low hum of the dishwasher played like a quiet lullaby in the background of my otherwise still evening. I stood in the kitchen, swirling the last sip of Cabernet in my glass. Its rich scent offered a fleeting comfort in the space that once felt sacred. Our kitchen, the heart of the home Ember and I had built over a decade together. We had poured our hearts, our sweat, and a significant chunk of our savings into this place. Every beam, every tile, every inch of it had a story. It was supposed to be a testament to our love, our forever, or so I believed. Upstairs, Emma was supposedly working on a presentation. Her latest project, another late-night deadline. It was nothing new. Her career had become a convenient explanation for long absences and distant eyes. I had always believed her, without question. That night, I nearly did again. Until my phone buzzed on the counter. A number I didn't recognize. Different area code. Looked like spam. I almost let it go, but curiosity, that cruel, insistent whisper, urged my hand. I tapped the notification. A picture opened. It was Ember. Undeniably her. But not the Ember I knew. Not the one upstairs in flannel pajamas buried in spreadsheets. This Ember was naked, brazen, her body posed in ways I'd never seen. Her lips slightly parted, eyes glazed over with a hunger that had never been directed at me. I stared, frozen. My stomach flipped. The blood in my veins surged, roaring louder than the dishwasher's hum. My grip on the phone tightened as I read the message beneath the image. Ice! Can't wait to feel you inside me again, baby. Meet me at the usual place. The usual place. The phrase echoed in my skull like a gunshot in a canyon. Rage surged through me, boiling away the initial shock. I backed out of the photo and scrolled through the message thread, searching. The number she'd sent the image didn't belong to me. It belonged to a contact saved as Tom. Tom. The name pulsed in my thoughts, jarring, alien, wrong. My first instinct was to storm upstairs and confront her, demand answers, scream, rage until the walls shook. But something colder took hold instead. A stillness. A steady, focused clarity that dulled the edges of the storm inside me. I wanted more than an explanation. I wanted the full truth. And I wanted revenge. The days that followed passed in the days. I drifted through our home like a ghost, watching Ember closely. She was flawless. Sweet smiles, casual affection. The perfect act of a loving wife. The same hands that caressed mine had just sent a photo of her naked body to another man. The contrast was maddening. Every small act of affection felt like a knife twisting inside me. I started investigating. Quietly. Tom, it turned out, was easy to trace. He lived loudly on social media. Gym selfies, motivational quotes, flex biceps. I found out everything. His full name, his job, his schedule. He worked as a personal trainer at the very gym Ember had recently joined. The puzzle pieces slid into place with sickening precision. I hired a private investigator. It drained the account we'd earmarked for a future family vacation. One Ember had insisted we plan, now layered in bitter irony. But the money was worth it. The investigator delivered proof. Photos, dates, motel receipts, a timeline of betrayal. The usual place turned out to be a dingy motel on the edge of town. Cheap, anonymous, disgusting. The image of her in that setting made me physically ill. We had a beautiful home, a love I thought was rare, and she chose that. The day I decided to confront her came heavy with storm clouds. Fitting, I called Ember, told her I had a surprise for her. She sounded genuinely excited. That broke something in me all over again. I drove to the motel. The photos clutched tightly in my jacket pocket, my phone camera recording. I waited in my car across the street, breathing in fury. Tom's familiar car arrived first. He climbed out with that same arrogant strut from his gym photos, smug and oblivious. He walked into the room. A few minutes later, Ember arrived, radiant. Her eyes sparkled with anticipation. She practically skipped to the door. I watched the scene, jaw clenched, heart hammering. I waited another hour. Let them stew. Let them enjoy what they thought was their secret world. Then I stepped out, my pulse thunderous in my ears, and walked to the door. I knocked. There was scrambling inside. Then the door creaked open. Ember's face appeared, flushed, disheveled. Her eyes went wide, pure horror blooming across her face when she saw me. "Surprise," I said, my voice low and brittle with rage. I pushed the door open and walked inside. Tom stood half-dressed, dumbfounded, like a deer caught in headlights. The room stank, cheap perfume and desperation. I threw the photographs on the bed. Ember paled. Tom tried to speak. I cut him off with my fists. I didn't hold back. Each blow was years of betrayal. Every lie, every "I love you," whispered after sleeping with him. He hit the ground, curled up, whimpering like a kicked dog. Ember screamed, tried to pull me back, but I couldn't stop. Not yet. Eventually, I stepped back, panting, knuckles torn and bleeding. I turned to her, eyes burning. "You disgust me," I said, voice trembling. "This is what you chose? A sleazy motel and a muscle-bound fraud over our home? Our life?" She sobbed, tried to explain, her voice cracking with guilt and desperation. "I'm so sorry." I laughed, dry, empty. "Sorry." I spat. Sorry doesn't even begin to touch it. Then I walked out, left him behind in that pitiful excuse of a room. The drive home blurred past in silence. I felt numb, detached, like I'd stepped outside myself and was watching someone else's tragedy unfold. The weeks that followed were a storm of lawyers, paperwork, and heartache. Our life, once so tightly woven, came undone thread by painful thread. Ember tried to reach out, to apologize, to salvage something from the ashes. I didn't let her. There was nothing left to save. I sold the house. Our dream home had become a mausoleum. I took what was mine and left the rest behind, like shedding old skin. Tom lost his job. Word got out. His reputation imploded. He vanished from town in disgrace. A cautionary tale in the wreckage of our story. A part of me found cold satisfaction in that. But it didn't dull the pain. Healing came slowly. Some days were soaked in fury, others heavy with grief. There were mornings I couldn't get out of bed, nights when the silence screamed too loud. But I kept moving. Brick by brick, I rebuilt. I moved to a new city, found a new job, forged new friendships. The scars remained etched deep, but they became part of me, a reminder that I survived, that I rose again from the wreckage. Now, in a different kitchen, a different home, the hum of a new dishwasher plays its quiet song. It's not the same, but it's mine, and for the first time in a long while, I feel peace. The past lingers, a ghost that sometimes stirs in the quiet. But it doesn't haunt me anymore. I am free,